Hello, everyone. Welcome. Checking audio now. It's been a moment. We've been away in the caves working on videos, news, and coverage. The little console you might know is Switch 2. So let me readjust some things here. Hello and welcome to everyone that's here. Welcome to the arcade. We are a lot happened since I was here last. I tried to do some stuff last week, but it was definitely not going to happen, seeing how all the stuff was coming out all at once. I considered playing Golden Sun today. I guess we still could, but I figured more people would want to talk about the Switch 2. We haven't really had a chance to get our own like individual thoughts out. We've just been go very recently. Let me grab all your real quick. Let me know if everything sounds okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to all y'all. Happy Tuesday. I hope it's a happy Tuesday. Dway saying hello. Still feeling that Switch 2 hype. Hong Chow, very excited for Switch 2. Dono is also here with the way I say your name and it sounds like I say I don't know what I'm talking about. Xenobrina is also here saying, since when do y'all stream on Twitch? I've been streaming here. I've been streaming with Brandon for a few years now. By myself, it's been a little bit over like a year and a half, I think. I lost track. But we are on Twitch. Usually every Tuesday, Thursday. I think Ash does some streams every now and then as well. Sometimes on a Friday. Usually I'm just chatting. It's usually just me at this point. Sorry if you're looking for the other guys. I know how it is and I understand. I've had people verbally tell me, oh, I wish it was John streaming. I wish it was Derek or Steve streaming. I know. I've somehow just became the helm of most of the streams on here. But thank y'all for y'all who do join and say hello. Oh my goodness, hold on. We got Jaden Christopher 25 with the follow. Bangs the Wolf saying, hopefully we get a new pre-order dates very soon. Thank you for the 18 months. My goodness, a year and a half. Right? Yes, no wait. Yeah, 18 months. Yes, I can do math, I swear. Thank you so much. Douglas and Wick BRSTM for the follow as well. Thank you all. And hello. Glad to see you all here today. Oh man. Stacy's saying hello. Took advantage of the UK pre-order Nintendo invite to snag a micro express SD card at a reasonable price. Yeah. I think some of the guys on the team tried to also pre-order from the UK earlier this morning, and then they promptly canceled those. So we're a little bit got some problems going on here. I'm so happy people are discovering that we're having a Twitch though. It's so nice to see new faces here as well. Hello, Wick. How's it going? Didn't know y'all had a Twitch. Hi. Thank you for joining us here today. We've had a whole bunch of new subscribers on the channel with the all the Switch news that's come out, all the coverage. If you haven't checked it out, please do. We've had like a couple dozen videos at this point now since the Switch 2 was properly shown off in the Direct. A lot of hands-on. For those who were asking and wondering why we didn't have certain people on the reaction with us, it was just me, John, and Ash. Brandon and Steve were at New York, getting their first look and hands-on with some other media and press. So they were able to really get some impressions on them. We got a lot of impressions from them from directly on the show floor on the channel. Great Nerd saying it's been a whirlwind of a week with all the news about and around Switch 2. Some things I'm thrilled about, some I'm iffy about, some I'm bummed about. Same here. Not all the news has been good news, mind you. Some about the Nintendo themselves, some about the world itself. It's not a fun time, which it should be. It sucks because we should be excited about this, but other things happening is making it hard to do so. Douglas saying so close to 200k. Oh man, we're just excited to escape the 180k hell that we've been in for like a long time. We're at 191k, I think. Very excited to get to 200k, and I'm hoping this is a steady increase as We keep on putting news out there. We keep on doing more features. I'm working on a non-Switch 2 video right now. With the news of GameCube on NSO, you might be thinking, what's he gonna do next? I'm starting to kick those videos into higher gear right now, but they take a while to do. I'm trying to do shorter games. I think after this one, I'm gonna try to do a shorter game so I can get more done soon. A couple of other ones. Sonic Joe saying, I'm 28 now. What was it recently your birthday? Well, happy birthday. If so. Sorry, I wasn't here like all last week. We were busy. Wick wants some tickets for the Dallas Switch 2 event in about 3 weeks. Looking forward to that. Oh, lucky. Everyone on the team. We applied multiple places. None of us got even one in there. There's one so nearby to some of us, but we couldn't go. So, congrats if anyone out there has gotten that. So Sonic Joe redeemed some hydration. I need to drink water today. But yeah, that was unfortunate for all of us. We tried really hard. I think the waiting list is starting to close too, so yeah. Dwayne says that we've been killing it with the coverage of Switch 2, loving all the videos. Yeah, all the other guys, they've been doing all that work, honestly. I slap a thumb on most of them, and that's been my contribution, a lot of it. I've been kind of starting to really witness what it's like to have a new console be announced and getting all the news out there. And it's so weird because we haven't really had a push or rush like this since we had GVG. I mean, there's been directs, of course. We've had directs where we report news on it, but a new console hasn't happened since GVG was founded. And so we're really like, I'm learning what the circuit is like right now. And I feel like I could be doing better still. The other guys are doing most of the legwork, I think, but I don't know. I'm doing what I can. But yeah, the world is imploding around us, and we're still just trying to play games. Ponchao is saying, so excited for a new era of coverage and speculation. Been following some of the GVG members since Smash 4 discussions. That's me. I've been following the guys since their Smash discussions. I spent many long drives going from what used to be my full-time job before COVID hit. COVID pretty much took my job from me. Before that, yeah, I was listening to the guys all the time, to their discussions, keeping me awake while on the road, on the highway. I'd get sleepy so often, but they'd help keep me alert. Listening to their podcasts, other channels too, but mostly them. And it's kind of surreal to think there's other people who are doing the same thing with us now. Like at the time, listening to those guys back then, I feel like I talk about this every now and then, so sorry if this is repetitive. I didn't feel like I had like a voice that people would want to listen to on a podcast, on a video. Things change, man. Like you start talking to people that do this all the time, how natural it is, how they kind of lean into it. You get to know, in my case, some voice actors as well, and how they perceive voices as well differently. Just because you think you have a voice that isn't suited for one thing, I mean, that's your voice, your only voice, and you're the one that kind of, trains it to do the things that it's meant to do, that it has to do, So I don't know, a lot of interesting perspectives in those years, but yeah, it's been something in the last few years getting used to this this position. And there's still a lot of stuff that's just done for fun. Maybe some people follow what my posts on Blue Sky. I'm still trying to find like a full-time job. A lot of the guys have other work that they do too. Like Steve, for example, he has a full-time job, so he does make his appearances, but he's not always here. I need to find something as well. I'm trying to move from this place. I've been here way longer than I should have been. I look back at some videos that I've done, And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm still here. I'm still in this place. I need to get out of here, and I don't want to be here anymore. I want to leave. But economy, finding a job, finding a place to live, it's not working. There's been some opportunities, and they're like, we're gonna go in a different direction. So I'm just like, you hear that from people. I could have been moving somewhere. I could have moved to like Washington, where some of our other friends live, for a full-time job, but man, that didn't work out, and I'm still here. I'm trying. So I ended up looking for more of like video production work too, not just graphic design. That's been a little bit more successful. Some people have reached back in different capacities, but nothing solidified yet. It's hard. It is driving me crazy. Sorry, I don't mean to ignore chat or not talk about Switch 2. We're just rambling right now. Oh, Girl Chan in chat is saying, have you, unrelated, have you ever played the Soccer Wars Soccer Tyson games? I have Sakura Wars. I don't know what it was. It came out on PS4. It's just called Sakura Wars on the PS4. It's downloaded on my PS5. I haven't tried it yet, but I want to. I've been interested in what that series is like. That's in my backlog. I have not tried it, but I am interested in playing it. Jaden Buck saying, hey Daniel, hello. Oh, today is your birthday, Sonic Joe. I thought, for some reason, the way you worded it earlier, I didn't know it was, if it was your birthday today or not, but happy birthday. Welcome to 28. I remember when I was 28, long ago. Luis Dragoon is saying, I've listened to their discussion videos while driving too, so do that with GVG stuff from time to time. Yeah, we're always putting stuff onto, oh gosh, yeah, onto our Spotify as well. I'm trying to remember if I was supposed to put something on there too. There's a lot of stuff I'm trying to keep track of right now. No one said anything about it quite yet, but hopefully it was nothing I missed. Yeah, we're here to try to have some good vibes. We'll do our best. I'll try my best. Dunno is saying, I feel like 450 for a system that feels like it sits between PS4 and PS5 in terms of specs is a good price. Super Pair Pokemon saying, Switch 2 news has left me pretty miffed. Yeah, we'll definitely talk more about that in depth, but in general, as I watched the Direct, and as I started to see all the stuff that's in the Joy-Con and the Switch 2 itself, things like 120 FPS, HDR, the chat capabilities, I'm just like, yeah, this probably isn't going to be 400, is it? As time went on. It was also really telling that they didn't say the price itself during the Direct, and that led to a whole bunch of other conversations. But Ponchao saying, I can remember you're listening to your discussions in various moments of my life. It becomes something special, and it's really cool to think about. Yeah, that's how I feel like with these guys. So it's kind of surreal. I kind of gotten past that point where it's like, oh my god, I'm doing discussions with these guys I listened to for years. But at this point, it's just like, we're just chatting with friends. It's a weird thing you just kind of grow into as you get to know more people in this circle. But yeah, it's very nice to just be able to, be friends with these guys. Xenobrain is saying the job market is super hard. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oof, it is rough right now. I've been trying. I feel like I've been trying for so long, at least trying earnestly for like over a year now, and I've been trying extra hard ever since that one that got me really close said no. So I'm like on one or two different websites that they recommend. They email you saying, hey, we recommend this for you. This looks like a match for you. Yeah, two different websites that kind of help you to recruit. And then there's like LinkedIn as well, has like jobs there that you can apply to, quick apply or do full apply applications. Funniest one I applied to yesterday. Denny's was looking for a graphic designer. Denny's, the little diner that when there's no other place to go, you go to Denny's because it's like 2 in the morning and nowhere else is open. Not a big Denny's fan, but you know what? If you need an artist, I'll art for you. Becca, thank you for the 42 months. My goodness. Switch 2 is amazing. I can't wait for everyone to try it too. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm excited for everyone to get a shot at this. Including myself. I'm living through Brandon and Steve's experiences right now, through their impressions and through some short discussions we've had together since then, like our meeting earlier this week. Oh my goodness. And everyone that's going to those hands-on preview events. I'm just a little jealous. Didn't get to play Metroid Prime. Didn't get to play F-Zero on the GameCube NSO. Don't tell anyone though. I have the controller right here. Behold, there is no cord connected to this. Exclusive feature. Exclusive first look at NSO. It's not. This was modded from 8-Bit Dough with a little kit. I opened it up and made it wireless. This is the charging port right here. You can tell because I don't have a C button or a tiny little ZR button. But it's fun to think about this. I basically have it right now. I wanted to model my first one, my first GameCube controller. And yeah, I guess I don't need this as much. How funny. First time chat from Fictional Cat saying happy birthday. It's mine as well. 38 today. Well, we got 2 birthdays in chat today. Happy birthday to both of you. I picked a good day to stream. Also, if you have something more important to do on your birthday, I'm not offended. You guys can do whatever you want. I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna hold you here if you got some birthday plans going on. Oh, I'm slow with chat today. I'm sorry, everyone. Profits are at record high, and yet people are struggling to find jobs. The jobs they do find tend to not pay well enough, and it sucks. The world we live in is broken. Ain't that the truth right now? Douglas, I hope I said that right, started following Derek and company around the early 3DS years. Listened to the discussions back then too. Was glad to see that come back with GVG. I was excited too. They like all left at the same time. And then 1 weekend later, they came back, and I was like, "Oh, joy!" Immediately subscribed to their Patreon until they forced me off the Patreon because now I was a part of the crew. Luigi Dragoon is saying 400 would have been the slam dunk, but 450 is fine, and the absolute max they could have gone with the console. Yeah, it's gonna be a topic of discussion for quite a while. This is before political interference with the prices potentially, but we're gonna try to keep it to just, you know, what Nintendo is hard, what their say is right now. But yeah. Oh boy. Xenobrain is saying really disappointed that DK's frame rate it has. You're worried about future of the console. Like if that game can't hold, I doubt anything will. It is a little worrying, I guess, because it's so close to actual like release compared to other games. If it comes out 1 month after, well, like a month and a couple of weeks after the console itself is released. Yeah, I don't know. It is a lot to do with the hardware, like those particle effects. This is not possible on the Switch 1. Like, developers were specifically saying like this is not something they could ever accomplish with the Switch 1, and they specifically wanted to make an experience that you can only find on stronger hardware. I guess that's part of the reason why they leaned more toward DK than Mario Odyssey. I like to know their thought process and what they were planning for that, but yeah, I'm curious to see what games can sustain the frame rates, and whether it's docked or on handheld. Hype for the content of the games. The system is so high, but prices, games especially, and other news just makes me so appalled and kind of depressed, to be honest. Yeah, the price of the games themselves, it's weird, right? Because we used to so here's the thing, actually. The price of games is since we're going to be talking about this anyways, Mario Kart is going to be $80, right? At least 80 US dollars. And then you got the games like Donkey Kong, Bonanza going to be at 70. Other games are going to probably be priced similarly. We've like weirdly reverted back to how we used to be beforehand. And I know there's probably some people out there who they weren't alive during, say, the 90s, during the Super Nintendo era, the early N64 era. This kind of pricing is actually not new to us. It's nostalgic in a bad way. The prices back then were crazy. Like, when you think about it, third parties back then, they were similarly priced back then. So if you had like Super Nintendo, for example, I was looking through one of these earlier today. You have games like, well, let's see. You got like Madden 97. That used to be $60 back then. What is it? NBA Hang Time? That was a $70 game back in the Super Nintendo era. Donkey Kong Country 3, that was $60. But then you got a game like Street Fighter Alpha 2 rather. That was a $70 game on the Super Nintendo. And you have like what? Donkey Kong Country, like the older one? Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2 and games like Yoshi's Island, those were like $52. Weirdly priced. Yeah, $52. $52, $53 back in the day. But the problem is that it was so part of that reason was it was so expensive to produce the cartridges for that. Genesis was having that kind of problem as well. So the Sony is what noticed this problem, right? They wanted to do collaborative stuff with Nintendo, but then part of the reason was that the cartridges was too dang expensive. So what did they do? They got a whole bunch of cheap discs instead. Just write them on CDs instead. That's a lot cheaper. And then they can sell them way less. So you got games that were like $40, $50 on the PlayStation. And then on N64, you had games that were $60 on average. Mario Kart 64, Super Mario 64, that was a $60 game on average back then. But then you got games like Wave Race was a little bit more expensive, like $65. And then licensed stuff, third-party stuff. Star Wars, there's a Star Wars game for the N64, that was $70. Turok and Doom were $75 on the N64. And that's competing against games like that were on PlayStation, but also third party, like sports games, NHL, NBA, Need for Speed. Those were about $50 on average, which is crazy to think about. And now we're somehow, it's all of that caused the price of games to reach a plateau in which Nintendo had to be competitive again. So starting in the 2000s, which I think is an era more of us is familiar with, games on average were a flat $50 on those little micro discs too. Nintendo taking their half steps as they tend to during that to do not a full CD but their little micro CDs. And 50 was a standard for like that entire era. And as we got to the Wii era, also 50. It wasn't until very recently that the 50 price point raised to 60. And I think that mostly started with PlayStation titles. They started to bump the price up, maybe in like PS3, PS4 era. And it's starting to rise again, unfortunately. We're getting a whole bunch of titles that they're slowly reaching the point in which they're trying to once again meet the cost of development itself, because the cost of development now is way more than what it was like 20 years ago when we had games like the Wii and the GameCube, PlayStation 2, PS3. And so you're also considering inflation throughout the years as well. And it's not cheap, and that's the problem with the gaming landscape right now. You have so many games. Look at Sony right now. They take so many years to make one title. Where does all that money go if it's not successful? Conquered is the most recent example of like somebody spending several years, millions of dollars on a product that just was doomed to fail because the model that they were following was from 8 years ago. And if that game came out maybe 8 years ago, that might have been something with lasting power. But the ones that, it was the games that were way back then that people were sticking with now, like Fortnite, for example. That kind of model is still sticking with people, and so they're staying with it. It's hard to introduce yourself as a new IP with that kind of model and to stick for longer than a couple of years now. You're lucky if you reach 2 to 3 years, if you're not like an established brand at this point. And so, yeah, the price of games, it's a model that people have to consider now. That's why the whole like Astrobot and Conquered thing was such a big deal. It put people into perspective of how much time are we actually spending into this game? How many people are going to buy this? How many people care about this? And is it appealing to play? Do people want to play this? Can we project a lot of people playing this game? And is it worth it? And now you got Nintendo is kind of approaching this this as well. The first time that I think we really felt that was with Tears of the Kingdom. That was a $70 game, and Nintendo specifically reached out and said, hey, by the way, we're pricing this a little bit higher because we believe something about, you know, we believe that the value of this game, like this price point is fair to the value you receive for this game, the value and also the time and money and, you know, man hours that were put into making this game. And you see that when you play Tears of the Kingdom compared to Breath of the Wild. Kind of amazing that Breath of the Wild was 60 back then, but that's because we still had that standard 8 years ago. But now it's getting a little scary when a Mario Kart game is $80, which is, I mean, that's not, I don't know, man. I see how if it's an open world kart game, you can go anywhere you want, right? As far as we know right now. I don't know if we learned quite enough to justify that price point quite yet. There's another direct happening next week. The price of that that value may change to some people by then, but it's only going to change to like a select few in the grand scheme of things. You know, not all the 100 million people that bought Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, like they're not all going to watch this direct and decide for themselves, oh, this is way worth it. There's like what? There's like an adventure mode. There's like a campaign along with the free riding and the knockout tours and all that, and I could be playing this game forever. There's going to be DLC in the future. I don't know that for sure. It'd be crazy if they weren't going to put DLC in the future, because that's more money they can get from you. DLC this DLC this, guys. I should do that again. I know I dropped the ball on that when I didn't do it for Persona 3 Reload episode, I guess. But yeah, gosh, I rambled so long. I didn't actually, I should have been, I'm not interacting with everyone here. I'm sorry. What is this platform I have here? This isn't I'm not doing a seminar. I'm trying to talk with y'all. I'm sorry. But yeah, the price of Odyssey. Yeah, you know what? Odyssey, it's hard to say. Like, what is the scope of Donkey Kong Bonanza, right? Odyssey is, I'm trying to consider how much time went into a game like Odyssey compared to like Galaxy or Galaxy 1, or Galaxy 2 rather. Definitely more. I mean, you got more mechanics. You have the catcher mechanic. Everything's like, you know, sandbox. So it's definitely a more pricey game. But comparing it to Donkey Kong, I don't know. I'd have to see a bit more. Like both of those games, I think there's still a little bit more we need to see. There's some implications. There's a spoiler for Donkey Kong Bonanza. We have it in one of our videos if you want to seek that out. I'm sorry if you were spoiled about that already. We won't be doing that openly. But yeah, it scratches my head. You know, we had Metroid Prime Remastered come out at like a $40 price point, a remaster of a game, but the quality and attention put into it is crazy. It's pretty much a preview of what we were going to get with Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. And then we have like I don't know. You got stuff like Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, which was like the that was $60, wasn't it? And so it's very inconsistent. It's person by person. Yeah, the whole like that Alpha Alliance saying the perceived value claim of Nintendo sort of falls apart when you bring in Nintendo's pricing on remasters. Yeah, like Skyward Sword, Luigi's Mansion 2. It's weird to yeah, Metroid Prime 4, I mean Metroid Prime 1 rather. Like who priced this? Is it Retro Studios themselves that priced this? Because I feel like it was handled differently than other games, right? A load of quality for a cheaper price. But that's also not handled directly by Nintendo themselves. It's partially Retro Studios, which is why you see certain aspects of Metroid Prime Remastered that you don't see in other games. Like, for example, like 4 different control schemes for one game. Accessibility options, like for those with color blindness. That's not something you see in Nintendo games very often at all. But yeah. it's yeah, I don't know. Like obviously we're upset about this. We're not gonna be like, oh, I'm just gonna go along with this. That's the thing that sucks, right? Like we're obviously we're upset about the price going up for anything, for games, for the console themselves. It might be a little bit too high because now the price of entry is now beyond some people be able to enjoy some of these games. There are some people that won't be able to play this because it's $450 to get the console. Even getting the $500 bundle with Mario Kart, because if you don't, it's like over $530 plus tax before other stuff at this point in time right now. But yeah, it's difficult. But at the same time, it's like we're not gonna make rage videos complaining about this. If you want to see someone get angry about, you know, the price of these consoles, about these games, those videos are out there in droves. I guarantee you, I've already seen the thumbs of some just from afar, and that doesn't really, I don't think that really helps anybody. Like, sure, you're gonna get mad and you're gonna find somebody to justify that anger for, but we also have to take it, you know, we have to be professional about how we react to this, how we respond to this. And unfortunately, we have to kind of get these consoles because that's the livelihood of this channel. We don't want to pay that much, and we'll try to find ways to, you know, lessen the cost if need be. But, you know, if we can't play these games, what are we going to do? And Nintendo, it's a very... I mean, we don't want to, like... when you get angry, you can't see things clearly, and then you can't see things clearly. You can't help other people see things clearly either, and then it spirals out of control. So we are gonna try to approach this, or we'll be angry about it. We'll rant about it on stream, on discussions, and during directs, things like that every now and then. But we don't want to come across as like, oh, neither as we're shills for Nintendo, or neither as we hate them either. You know, there has to be a bit of a balance for people to kind of, you know, mediate their impressions, their interpretations. We'll put the information out there, and people will decide if this is something that they want to engage with or not. That's pretty much the basis of all the content that we've done. But yeah, we don't want to, like everyone's saying, people rage bait for engagement. The best way to get easy views and subs so people's games, people's feelings on things. I've done a angry video now and then. I've done the one for Tales of Symphonia. That one got a lot of views. That one taught me, like, yeah, you can be angry about something and people will watch because they want to be justified in this thing that they might be angry about as well. And that's something that's easily approachable, that can be easily reached out to, or easily relatable. But yeah, we try not to be that way. We're not going to be, you know. So that kind of content it's there for other people to talk about, but we want to just kind of have discussions on it, essentially. But, you know, being very cynical about it for a moment, still, like, at the same time, for just a moment, you have this console that's like $450, right? You have this game that's $80, and you could see that as Nintendo saying something like, well, you love the first one, all you guys bought Mario Kart 8, you gotta play this one, right? You're not gonna get a Switch 2 and just not get Mario Kart, right? You're not gonna get a Switch 2 with that initial investment and just not play these games that are costing more, like Donkey Kong Bonanza, all these upgraded versions, the Switch 2 editions. You know, that's kind of a really nasty way of looking at it, but it is a business down at the end of the day. Yeah, some of these, I want to get a lot of these physical. Mario Kart might be an exception. I want to get the bundle with it. Mario Kart is the one game I have flipped back and forth in and out of my Switch so much throughout the last 8 years. I don't think I want to deal with that. I think I want to have it just in there. Just in my Switch and never leave or never taken out. I did that with Smash Brothers as well. I have popped that in and out so often. I usually try to get physical for games that I know I'm just gonna like leave in my Switch for a while, then I finish, I'll pull it out again and, you know, be done with it for a bit. Xenoblade's a good example. Oh. Yeah. Nintendo's supposed stance on $80 Mario Kart World is that you're going to be constantly keep playing it for the entire life of the Switch 2. And in a way, that's true if you look how people treated Mario Kart 8, as Inbun is saying. Yeah, that's another reason too. How long will you be playing this game for? And with that kind of mindset, you think they would have priced Breath of the Wild a bit higher, and I wonder if they wanted to. There might have been some word about that somewhere. But yeah. Girl-chan saying you get digital Animal Crossing for that same reason. Yeah, I understand that for sure. Well, you bring up that game too. Another game that has gotten a whole bunch of attention and a lot of sales. The next Animal Crossing might be a little bit more pricey as well, unfortunately. I don't know if it would reach 80. I could see it reaching 70 for Animal Crossing. Yeah. I don't want it to be that way, but the game key cards is another thing, right? Game key cards. So that was recently discussed on a video as well. Games like first-party Nintendo games will have everything on the card. If they have a certain label on the front of the Switch box that says it has a game key card, then it's going to have one where you have to download it and then have the cartridge in to play it. But not every game is going to be like that. The fact that there is some like that is, I'm not a fan of that. I mean, the reason I bought so many physical games is so that I'm not spending so much memory as well on my internal storage. I wish it was that way for PS5. Every single PS5 game, I put it in there, it downloads itself, and then it's like, well, my memory. My memory, please. Square Enix making a 3DS game a key card game is such a Squeenix mode. It sure is. As much as I love the game, I mean, like, it's a 3DS game. Squeeze it in there. Really? Default? Really? You can't just put a 3DS game into a cartridge that's bigger than what it... You go on about that for a while. People aren't paying for $80 for Animal Crossing. Best is 70, since I bet casual fans of that series might only play that on Switch. There are some people... That's the thing. Nintendo's facing this uphill battle already, because there are some people that already feel like they don't need to get a Switch 2. They have Mario Kart at home. They have Animal Crossing at home. They need to really sell World as its own unique thing. And I think, you know, from my perspective, as someone who's played Mario Kart for the last 10 years across Switch and Wii U, they're doing fine as far as selling that thus far. There's a Direct coming up soon. That'll be like the make or break point for people, I think, for sure. If they haven't already been, you know, broken by the prices, which I understand. But yeah. Yeah, Bravely Default. Like, At first I was excited because I realized I was looking at a cutscene of Agnes in the in that first intro. I thought the game was just gonna look like that. I was excited for that, but then it became like through the HD upscale 3DS visuals instead. And we have Bravely Default 2, which, you know, they updated how they look. They're not little squat chibi, they're actual models. I thought it was gonna look more like that. I think John mentioned that as well. It's just that disappointment that it's not gonna look, you know, we have a better, you know, better models and better visuals for the Bravely series, but they're not gonna use that for this remaster, which is a little unfortunate. But yeah, as Wick's saying, there's also people that don't like how Bravely Default 2 looks. I guess it depends on your preference. It's different. I don't know. I don't even know what I prefer, honestly. I'm happy it's coming. I'm curious what they're gonna do with the village that you have to rebuild, the town. I guess it's gonna be online stuff instead. That's what I think we saw a really brief moment of that. Oh, I wish we had the 3DS Street Pass features. It's unfortunate. But yeah, that's oh my goodness. We're really trying to, I'm not trying to like justify, oops, you know, one way or another. I appreciate both of them. There's some stuff about Bravely Default I'm curious what they're gonna do. There's some bits you can do with the camera, because the 3DS version did some funny camera stuff at times, but I wonder if they'll do something like that here with the game chat camera. I don't know. Square Enix has some interesting decisions when they do these, like also with Crystal Chronicles. I mentioned this very briefly in my own video yesterday. Crystal Chronicles ceased support on iOS, and the Switch version, console versions are just not as good as the original. They made it very mobile game-ish, which I don't like at all. But yeah. Joey the Gamer, hello! Welcome. We're just chatting about our impressions and everything. Wake Up Sammy saying, I just need Nintendo to show us how the Xenoblade games are going to run. That will sell me more than any new game will. Yeah, I slightly have held back on Xenoblade Chronicles X. I put like 10 hours or so in that game thus far. But between news and other stuff, I haven't touched it again. There's another game I'm trying to play, and there's another game I'm replaying right now to freshen myself up on. But no, I haven't touched Xenoblade because I'm also wondering, like, what's going to happen with that? Is that going to have the refreshed look? Are we going to have performance increases? What are we doing here? Getting the camera. Some people are getting the camera based on interviews with Team Asano. There's a non-zero chance Bravely will use the camera. Yeah. I imagine they will. If they know there's a camera option, they'll probably use it, I bet. Imagine if Street Pass Plaza costs 10 pounds? I'm not good with my currency. But yeah, I want that back. If that's what if that was, you can integrate the camera and stuff. That's euros, right? 10 euros for Street Pass Plaza. I imagine if they wanted to implement something like that, they have the structure already there with game chats, with, you know, being able to communicate with others. Imagine you're in Plaza with some friends, just chatting around. A little hub, for example. You can share like what games you've been playing and whatnot. Make posts together. That'd be fun. KDB's debating on whether or not to get the bundle. I'm probably gonna get the bundle. If not, just to save a bit on Mario Kart, and I'm probably gonna get Mario Kart digital anyways. Other games I'm gonna get physical. I want to get Donkey Kong physical, Metroid Prime physical, Kirby Air Riders. Oh my god, I want that physically. I'm trying to think ahead, just to slightly change the topic. What games I'm doing next for my little GameCube, you know, retrospective. I don't even know what to call it. I'm just looking back at GameCube titles. I've only done 2 thus far. I'm working on the 3rd as we speak. I do want Kirby Air Ride to come up fairly soon, but I have another one I'm already like recorded footage for. So Kirby Air Ride definitely jumped up in the list with the Air Riders announcements. Oops, shaking the camera. Prefer physical, but Mario Kart in the bundle is so much cheaper, they'll make an exception. Yeah, that's my thought right now. I don't want to spend more. It's essentially a $50 game if you do it this way. Wait, I'm still over here. Phone Chow saying, been collecting some of these Switch 1 games you missed out on initially. Always wanted games like ARMS, Kirby Star Allies, all the Zeldas. It's a good time to pick up older titles as a new console approaches. Yeah, pick up what you can now. For multiple reasons. That Offline is asking, got a massive stash of GameCube games? I do have some. There's some I wish I could cover more effectively than others. I still have this sitting around. Anyone ever heard of the puzzle collection for GameCube? I think if I mod my Wii, I should be able to play this. I want to be able to play it. Yeah, has Yoshi's Cookie, Dr. Mario, and multiplayer Panel de Pon, the best Panel de Pon available out there. This is the first time I realized that it has the same case as the Game Boy player. I never realized that until I got this. Look at that. Beautiful. It's actually in really good condition. Yeah, this will definitely play. I gotta probably wipe it down a little bit, but it will definitely play if I got it working. Gotta find John and play this with him. Someone was saying, by the way, go to the clip on Derek's channel named What Timing? Oh, was that the Shadows of Valentia clip about the economy? That was very fitting. I laughed at that one. It's weird. Sometimes you play games and they relate to the real world more so than you can imagine. Or you're more aware of it. I've been aware of games that have been with characters that are like, man, what am I going to do with my life? I got to find a job. And I'm just like, oh God, it's invading my real life now too. Oh, before I move on, Wake Up Sammy had an important question. I wonder if Air Riders will look closer to the Air Ride beta before it changed from an N64 game to a GameCube racing game. Air Riders is very interesting to me because that game was developed in like no time at all. It was rushed out. The concepts were there, but they were not as polished as Sakurai would have wanted that to be. So he is taking this opportunity to make a very fleshed out Air Ride. The quality of this game, reaching titles like, reaching Smash Brothers or Kid Icarus Uprising, I'm excited to see what will happen with this one. With Air Ride, there's gonna be a lot more tracks, maybe more intuitive controls, an expanded city trial. Crazy. Blue Dragoon is saying, though I have the singing feeling this could be the last generation for physical games. I'm scared. I'm scared for that. At this point, it's like, well, why have physical? Catering to certain people, like myself. I've got my big physical collections, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it anymore. Sakurai hasn't touched Kirby in 20 years. That was the last game he touched. The last Kirby game he was involved with directly was Kirby Air Ride on the GameCube. I'm willing to bet, like, after spending decades on the Smash Brothers series, Sakurai, well, with Kid Icarus and also the Smash Brothers series, I think Sakurai was just like, all right, listen, I'll work on Smash Brothers, but I want to go back and do this game after. Just I'll do your Smash Brothers, but please let me do whatever I want afterwards. And I wish we saw gameplay. It's coming out this year, but then we didn't get any gameplay, so I guess it's coming out towards the end of the year. Oh my goodness, I want to do comparison videos, I want to talk about it, I want to play it. I'm sad it wasn't there, but we didn't see any gameplay. It was just cinematic. our our reaction was pretty funny. I was like, I almost said the way that star twinkled and went down. I was like, is this a Sakurai thing? The things I hold back from myself saying. That Alpha Lion saying, I want to pick up my son from daycare. Wake Up Sammy saying, Sakurai saying, you will regret ever letting me make a Kirby game. You are not ready. Yeah, the pedigree that Sakurai has built up from Air Ride till now is insane. Like, what is this game gonna look like? It's not gonna be as fleshed out as a Smash Brothers, of course. But like, what could they do together with this game? What could they make? What kind of madness is gonna happen? This is my pie in the sky. For Air Riders, make there be an unlockable QB. Can we get QB as a playable character, like the last character you unlock in that game? They're in the same universe, and then you can get the part-time UFO boy as another right. Oh, he could just be an Air Ride machine. The UFO can just be another Air Ride machine, as Poncho was saying. QB in the UFO. QB, but he's a ride, not a rider. Well, QB can be a rider, and then he can ride on the UFO, the part-time UFO instead. Oh, we gotta cook some ideas. I want to do a discussion with the guys soon, just talking about what can we expect from a new Kirby Air Ride before we have any like news on anything official. There's a lot of possibilities, man. That Alphalina was also saying, speaking of Sakurai, anyone here play Meteos? I love Meteos. If we get DS games on Switch 2, Meteos better be there day one. It's an excellent puzzle game. First time chat from Art and Panda saying, did Sakurai work on that? Referring to, oh gosh. Yeah, I'm referring to Meteos. I just picked up a copy of that the other day. Haven't tried it yet. Yeah, it's a puzzle game that he designed himself. Meteos. He hasn't really done too many other projects, honestly, because he's been so tied with Smash Brothers for the majority of his video game developer career. And hello, thank you for joining us. Imagine if he put Fire Emblem characters in Air Riders. Oh god. I was happy with the characters we got in the original Air Ride. DDD, which has permanently wheelie and hammer ability. I guess there wasn't really a hammer ability though. It was like it was pretty much the sword ability, but with hammer. Meta Knight was permanent wing and sword ability. I thought those were pretty cool. But now you can get like a bunch of other Kirby characters. There's going to be so many more characters. You're going to get like Magalore. Maybe you'll get the characters from like Kirby 64. You'll get Bandana Waddle Dee. You'll get Adeline and Ribbon from 64. Yeah, Bandana's D is going to be Eraser. It's guaranteed, for sure. Do you think Sakurai's distaste for Bandana D is going to continue? You can't erase the boy. It could be the Star Allies in terms of fan service, as Trog Nation is saying. First time chat from it's Cresty. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Was Air Riders this year or next? It's this year, which is crazy. We saw like just a cinematic trailer, but it said 2025 at the end of the trailer. Well, it must be like way further down. Yeah, you could get. I mean, Meta Knight will be there again, just flying. He doesn't need an Air Ride machine. He is the Air Ride machine. You get Galactonite probably as maybe a costume or his own character. I don't know. I want to see the new Air Ride machines. There's a lot of stuff you can pull from, probably. Oh man, are they gonna bring back? Is there gonna be a new legendary Air Ride machines aside from Dragoon and Hydra? I hope so. Although I don't know what you could do from beyond that, beyond just like pure speed and power or lights. Yeah. think the control system will be refined to use more than one button, but nothing too complex. I do think so too. Like, it was very genius. It was ingenious to do everything with one control, with one button. I think you can play Kirby Air. Can you play with the L button so that you can just play with one hand, control with the stick, and press L button to use the controls? Maybe, I don't know, I forget. A lot of buttons were optional to use for everything. Only the A button? Oh, I thought there was like another one. I could have sworn there were other buttons that function as the A button as well. Oh, so the L button does work. Yeah, I figured. And then it's like you can definitely separate some of the controls, but I'm sure it'll be simple enough that you can play with, you know, one Joy-Con just separated. So it wouldn't be too complex. I mean, Sakurai would figure it out. You can play Smash Brothers with one Joy-Con. Not optimally, but you can play it with one Joy-Con. So he'll definitely figure out something a more complete control scheme. Would it use mouse control? Maybe not. Imagine you're playing it and there's like a cursor on screen and that's where Kirby's going. Then you press a button and he drifts in that direction. I don't know. This is crazy talk right now. This is too early. Mouse control for top right is also possible. Man, I wish more people... I hope top right comes back and gets a bit more expanded upon, because that is the most forgettable one of the three on the original. Luke Dragoon saying a robo suit that turns into a ride vehicle. I'm sure we can get like a vehicle that refers to it as well, you know. There's gonna be like an air ride machine that's modeled after the Lore Star Cutter. I mentioned it in my dumb predictions video. An air ride machine that looks like a miniature halberd, Meta Knight's halberd, but just really small with the wings out. You boost your air ride by rubbing the Joy-Con on your legs. Arden Panda forgot top right was a thing, as did many of us. Susie as a playable character, that's definitely possible. Yeah, there's so many. I mean, just go to like Star Allies or even the gourmet Kirby's gourmet race. There's like a bunch of references to those characters too. A red machine that is just Fat Group from Dream Buffet. That's what it is. I keep forgetting the name of Dream Buffet. Oh man, there's so many possibilities, man. I love Kirby Air Ride. I hope we see something very soon. Where's my Kirby's back there somewhere? Just kind of saying hello to Splattrick, my slime, right there at the moment. But they're just hanging out next to each other, literally just hanging. Oh, I got a little Kirby here too. He used to sit on my microphone, but then he started to fall when I moved too much. But let me see if I can just stick him on. Small Kirby. I don't think that affects the audio too much, but if I hit it a little bit, he just falls right off, so I'll be careful. Hello, Ogrepon. Welcome. No worries if you're late. You're welcome to join at any time. We're just kind of chilling out today. I've had a lot of stuff to do in the last few weeks. I would play Golden Sun. Oh man, I'm tired. I do want to finish it, but God, with all this stuff coming out, I want to play other stuff too. I know I should not limit myself to just one per, you know, focus at a time. Other streamers do plenty of games at a time. I don't know, that's hard for me to do, I think. But yeah. Let me see here real quick. Fix this on this side. What was I even talking about earlier? I still have old game prices up. Man, the ads for like old Toys R Us catalogs, very 90s. I could have made this back in the day. What the heck? yeah, I've been chatting with some friends about what characters we're gonna see in Mario Kart World, because they kind of blown the lid off for some of that. Oh, the challenge board. That's right. Sakurai loves his challenge boards. That's the first challenge board he ever implemented, I think. It's an air ride. Essentially your achievements, but you actually earn stuff in game. I love that system. There's got to be a list of all these characters somewhere. We've got like so many of our staples, of course, and then we got like the weirdest, silliest little guys, and smaller enemies from the Mario universe you've ever seen. They showed off more Yoshi costumes on Nintendo today. Love the white Yoshi one. Is that available today? I didn't see that today. Is it as good as Boshi? I noticed that for a split second in the direct, and that was incredible. Today, I gotta remember to check this app more often. Yoshi. Oh, this page is all Yoshis, right? Oh, there's Boshi right there. So he's got the hamburger. It looks like he's the 9-to-5 worker outfit, which is lovely. What is this Yoshi with like the top hat and the cane and the monocle? This track. Sorry, you can't see it right now. This, you know what? Can I even show it? What am I even doing here? I'm not even showing you guys what I'm looking at. Hold on. We're gonna work this live. Wait a minute. How do I... Screen mirroring. Does it even connect very well? I don't know. Oh, it's gonna be so choppy, you guys. It's gonna be so choppy, I'm sorry. But I'm doing it. Window capture. Where is this one? What is this called? Oh, I had so many screen mirrorings that I don't remember which one it is. Air server? Let's just put it here instead. I gotta show you this Yoshi. This is non-negotiable. Is it not showing? God dang it. Price of this air server. Where are you at? Capture method. Oh. Wait, why aren't you showing then? Hello? Windows. We're troubleshooting live. I've disappeared into the void. Why aren't you showing? Automatic? Why does this show? Refresh. Ooh, why aren't you doing it? This is not all of Mario Kart World. I wonder why that's so. It's window capture. Did I break it? AirPlay via this. Oh, so annoyed. Haven't I done this on my other screens? Hold on. Wait, let me switch over real quick. I know I've done it here before. I've done it on this screen. The question is, where is it? Chats right now. Screen, ending screen, intro. You can make it snow. It's snowing now. Is this because it's not from my iPad? I actually don't remember if I've done it with my phone before. Whoops. Whoops, we started over. No one saw that. I will figure this out. Luckily, it's charging and almost done. Hold on. We need to show Yoshi. Have I downloaded Nintendo Today on this? I'm so irresponsible, you guys. This is a disaster. Where is it? This connects. Download. We're fine. It's fine. It's going. I'm very irresponsible with this stuff, I swear. Oops. Anyways, thank you all for staying with me right now. Yeah, I think it forces you to watch it in landscape or portrait on this, so it doesn't make it very, you know, easily viewable otherwise. Wake Up Sammy is warning me. There seems to be some pollo on my mic. Please be safe. I will be careful. He is well fed and doing his thing. But don't worry, I will mind myself. Nintendo Today. Oh, you can like. There's a button on the bottom corner to make it larger by like 100 pixels. Oh, I gotta sign in too. We're almost there. Now we'll make it work. I already have it set. Why are you like this to me? Okay, we're trying again. So here, connect to that. Window capture. Why is my mouse on this now? I used this previously when I wanted to capture my whatchamacallit? My pulls for Pokemon. Why isn't it showing now? I'm capturing window, but window refuses to be captured. What? What? It expanded. You know what? I'm just gonna here. Oh, that's still open. Okay, fine. I'll remove it. What are all those? You know when there's a bunch of stuff on here, you don't know what they're doing in here anymore. Display capture. Removing this. Removing everything. You guys are going to this window. This is gonna hide. I'm gonna grab this here. Display capture. This is all for one Yoshi, by the way. Whoa. Well, this will just have to do. Hey, look at this. Look at this little button. Oh, that's a lot more noticeable, actually. We're doing magic live. There you go. You guys can hang out with Zelda right now. So, God, it took forever. I saw it right here. Where are you? Yoshi. For those who haven't seen, there's all these. I can't zoom in, huh? That's kind of annoying, but whatever. There's Diner Yoshi, who's just kind of chilling out. He's delivering. He's got the little wink in his eye. Just a good boy doing his 9 to 5. There's this Yoshi. This is what I was talking about earlier. Dapper Yoshi with the hat, the cane. You know, look at this Castlevania-looking castle in the background. By the way, look at this castle in the back. I must point this out. You got this. This is a Castlevania. I wish it was. I do really like the aesthetic of this. It's like the old style film, black and white film. That the roads are made of those black and white film strips, and you've got that's like a wheel, not a wheel, the reel, or the film reel. And then you saw like a very old-timey looking Peach around the aesthetic as well. You barely got to see this in the trailer. Because so much stuff was happening, but you did see that for just a moment, which I thought was really cool. Oops. What window I'm on. It's okay. You don't need to see me right now. What else did we notice? Okay, there's Yoshi there. These Yoshis, look at that. Look at this specimen Boshi over here with the shades on his flying bicycle. I'm trying to tell what the rest of these costumes are. This Yoshi is holding something that has a question mark box on the back of it. I do appreciate there's all these colors. Yeah, there's the Dapper Yoshi, was the purple one right here. And then I can't tell what costume White Yoshi's wearing here because the shirt is being covered up. But yeah, this looks like every single one of the costumes you can have for one Yoshi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Lots of colors. And then what else do we have here? Oh, I could just kept scrolling to see this one. It's like, what would you call this outfit? He's got them aviators on as well. Where is this at? You got like the Star Cup, the Special Cup crown on top. This looks very important. The Pro Racer outfits. Oh yeah, because Rosalina has a Pro Racer outfit too, doesn't he? Or she? I'm getting Yoshi confused right now. With like the jacket going down. But yeah, it's very cool. Make that small again. Yoshi. What else do we have here? News. Go back. Retreat. I wanted to see what this was. More recently, Donkey Kong. Does he also have great outfits too? Is that the Rambi cart? Look at that Rambi cart. You think I can zoom in, but I can't. Oh man, this track though. This track. I should have myself zoomed in. This. I want to see more of this track. This is what I wanted from, you know, being able to get ideas from, you know, past properties and use them in a creative way. This is taking the girders from the original Donkey Kong arcade. There's like a mechanical DK as well. Oh yeah, they also streamed it too. Ah, thank you to Just Neo XYZ. Thank you for the follow and welcome. I'm on Nintendo Today right now. We were chatting a lot about Switch 2 a little bit earlier, but now we're just here. DK Spaceport, is that the name? It might be. Yeah, as Dino Pulsada is saying, people are convinced that one of the Yoshi costumes in the game is a Natsuboshi. Yeah, I just barely was able to point that out during the our reaction that we had. But yeah, that's a really exciting looking stage. And then we got this outfit. This is another part of that same track where you can grind the rails and then you flip to the side and you can just latch onto the walls, which I think is just absolutely crazy. Crazy. I'm so excited to see more of this. Hello. Hello, lad. But yeah, this is like actually good to get more information from. What does this say? Oh, we're just detaching. This is how you detach the Joy-Con controller. This is content, ladies and gentlemen. If I just do this on GBG for like 10 minutes, will you watch? Like just controller ASMR. They were just filling up that that release button quite a bit just now, weren't they? EK, the camera is this way. Smash soft. Oh. Smash soft terrain with a single hit. Sturdier terrain can be destroyed with multiple punches. Concrete cannot be destroyed with normal punches. Man, that's... Calm down, DK. Wait, that music though? Is this like, is that the tutorial music? That's really good music. Not gonna say what kind of music this is. What impression do you get listening to it? I've never heard that song till now. Oh, the Wind Waker. How many people are angry that the Wind Waker is coming to NSO and not the HD version? Let's turn this off. Sorry, my audio's a little choppy. It's so small, dang it. Medley! Beautiful. I feel my hair blowing in the wind already. Sweet hair. That's just a hodgepodge of stuff. I don't know what I learned from that. What's this do? I should go through this more. This is a minute and a half long? What are we doing here? Oh.
Everyone.
Wait. Are Steve and Brandon in here?
That's what you're aiming at for.
I'm gonna laugh if they're actually in this montage. Pardon my choppiness, it's partially my internet. This is for the public. Never mind. Maybe one of you all will be in this one, or in these videos that they put up for the experiences. I want to try this. I want to see how tired I get playing Dragon Drive. You're playing Metroid Prime, aren't you? Yeah, you are. I want to be the one to shoot you down. You look so funny. That minigame looks awesome. Just air hockey. What? Well then. You didn't tell me you were in this one. I was like, wait a minute. The whole fam was there? That's so fun. I actually wasn't sure if I would see anyone that I knew there. Wow. What the heck? That's crazy. You you were on the Nintendo Today app. What an honor. Did you know you were in that clip? Did they tell you? Yeah, I hope more of you guys get to go to these events. It looked like a lot of fun. Yeah, I remember you mentioned that you on this and you were gonna go with the family, and I was like, man, if only I could have gone. Fire Emblem's on here. I'll do this one more and just look at this for myself. Oh, this is just the oh, okay, this is one of the main artwork. Oh, this just makes it smaller. Oh, I can say it's cool. Oh, yeah. I'm really excited to get my hands on the Switch 2 as well. Well, I can probably remove this one now. Ooh. That's my presentation today, I guess. Be fun to look at that more often in the future. But man, I've never felt such FOMO before. Seeing everyone play on the Switch 2, our other friends and media outlets, all of y'all playing it too, like Becca being able to play Switch 2 so early, getting that early experience. Still Spirit telling me to hydrate myself so I don't get too excited. Thank you. Oh yeah, I know Sumo. I've signed those papers as well. I guess I haven't been to one of these as like, you know, not press or media, I guess. I've always been just there doing on the show floor stuff. Donna was asking, am I excited to see how much Switch run games will run better on Switch 2? I am prepared to see all of those things. I'm excited. The there are certain games that they'll just have an inherent performance boost, at least a little bit. I mean, it's running on stronger hardware. But it's the ones that are, you know, specific Switch 2 versions, Switch 2 editions that are going to have a bigger upgrade, of course. But yeah, I'm curious to see which Switch 1 games will work better. Will Xenoblade games just happen to work better? I wonder. Do they need a specific performance boost? I would love to play those. 60 FPS, man. Improved load times, a lot of stuff you can improve with those games at this point. Oh, thanks, Eddie. Yeah, I have a Hylian water bottle. I had a Persona one for a while, but then the paint on that started to chip off, and when I put it in a dishwasher, I couldn't stop it from just getting all over the place. So I had to get a new one. It's okay. I need to get a different one, honestly. There's a couple third-party games I've been holding off playing because they run so poorly right now on Switch 1, hoping that Switch 2 fixes them. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on those that I'm like, a lot of these games have a lot more potential if they were only released with like a higher fidelity on a stronger console. At the same time, it's impressive how some of these titles have worked so well in the last few years. Like people like or developers like Retro Studios, Monolith Soft, they've done some amazing things with the hardware that they have now. Imagine what they can do with even more powerful hardware, like with the Switch 2. But yeah, it's exciting. I've been waiting so long. I think a bit of a news for the stream on Thursday. I don't think I'm not sure if I'll exactly be streaming from here. Let me see here. So on Thursday, an hour sooner than usual, so 3 p.m. Pacific, I'll be chatting with a few friends about our thoughts on the direct as well. So I'll be pretty much going over some of my thoughts, but also with some of others as well. With Alec and stuff, Zach Pack, Nintendo Fangirl, and Toontress. So we'll all be kind of gathering together to just kind of chill, discuss on a panel about Nintendo Switch 2 and direct stuff as well. Our woes, our excitements, our hype. So I'm sorry if it's going to be kind of repetitive next time, but at least you'll hear other people's perspectives, not just mine. I'll try to let them do their talking as well. Oh gosh, I missed that. Hold on. I closed this earlier. Oh, thank you both. Oh no, I caught that one earlier. Just Neo XYZ for the follow, and also Xenobrina. Thank you for the follow as well. I very much appreciate it. Major Blazer saying hello, everyone. Am I left-handed? I'm not left-handed. I'm very much a right-handed boy. Oh, it might be maybe it's the mirror in the camera. I have to always flip the mirror over so that you can actually read things that aren't backwards. So if I didn't flip it, this would not look, you wouldn't be able to read Nintendo GameCube on this. Or Xenoblade Chronicles on this one, only for the Nintendo Switch 1, but perhaps even better on the Nintendo Switch 2. Oh, look at that, I have Mario Kart in here. Of course I have Mario Kart in here. Mario Kart is just wherever I don't have my most recent, it's always in the package with my most recent played games. I can't stop switching it out for everyone. No one ever wants to stop playing Mario Kart. Nobody wants to play Smash Brothers. They always want to play Mario Kart instead. Eddie's dog demands walk services. All right, see ya, Eddie. Thanks for stopping by. Wants to get that game with Xenoblade, or saving it for Switch, Xenoblade, or saving it for Switch 2. Yeah. It's hard to decide certain things right now, huh? I've been really waiting to see what we're gonna see next for certain series. But they don't need to show everything off right now. They have so many things. I doubt the stuff. The list that we see right now, that's nowhere near the end of what Nintendo has to show. They just kind of cherry picked some ones to present now. They've got a lot of stuff in the pipeline, no doubts. But they can't just do it all at once, or else you're going to overwhelm your players. It has to be a balance of showing that you have enough stuff and enough variety to keep people entertained, but also making sure you keep stuff in the back, in your back pocket, to make sure that there's still a consistent release schedule happening, especially within the first year. That's a very important year for any console, is their first year. What is available on it? What are we expecting to see to come out within the second year? And also, what new services are being provided, if any. But yeah, that and backwards compatibility. It's different now, I guess, because they have to show, they get to show even less stuff, but they want to show new stuff, of course, because it's like, well, I don't want to just see all the stuff I could play on a Switch 1, you know. And been reminding us that they've shown us things like Rhythm Heaven, Tamagotchi Life coming next year, which makes more sense now, I guess. Those are coming for Switch 1, but they'll probably also be playable on Switch 2. A lot of people were probably going to play them on Switch 2. It's a unique situation right now because we have so many games that you could just play on Switch 1. But what's the hooks that's going to help you transition from Switch 1 to Switch 2? A lot of us on the team, I'm sure we're going to get a Switch 2 and we're just not going to touch our Switch 1 like ever again, because Switch 2 is going to be able to do everything else, but with more capabilities, right? At least that means those are at most $60 games and not $70 starter. Yeah, I no matter what, I wouldn't be able to imagine a game like Rhythm Heaven or Tamagotchi Life to be beyond 60. Depending on how much they want to emphasize those and, you know, flesh those games out, I mean, they would normally for me be like a $50 title, I think. Not to like downplay their importance or anything, but that's just the feeling I get from those in particular. I also need a new SD card. I gotta get like an SD card, a screen protector, I don't know, who knows, maybe there'll be like a Switch carrying case with Mario Kart, who knows. There was a cool Mario Kart case I saw a long time ago that I never got, but it was like a bunch of logos from Mario Kart, like all those fake brands that just were all littered on top of the case, and they kind of were beveled out, so they stuck out a bit, and they're rubber. It was a very durable looking case. Ordered mine, comes tomorrow. Be careful that scalpers are targeting express cards. Japan already has a shortage. Oh my god. I probably should get one soon. Did you get like a 256 gigabyte? With the Switch coming with that much already, I feel like I either would get that or something. Let's see, micro SD Express, not reader. Oh my god, how much is this? What's the icon that says they're Express? 256 for a SanDisk micro SD Express is $60. That's not too bad. This overall pick, the one with the Pikachu on it. Micro Express card. It might be smart to get one very soon. A lot of scam cards, huh? Yeah. for example, who's selling this one? SanDisk. I mean, if SanDisk is selling the SanDisk micro SD card, might want to pay attention to those. A lot of people have bought this one. I think this is the one that Steve bought earlier too. Yeah, be aware of where you're buying certain things right now, especially. I want to actually get one that's like not legitimate. Is the Extreme also Express? That doesn't show it. Maybe not. Yeah, it's not that one, huh? Yeah, I guess the only one I see is the 256, which is fine. I don't expect I'll fill up right away, hopefully. Especially if I'm getting actual physical media, and they uphold pretty well. For memory anyways. Honestly, I don't need one right away either. But I usually put my most, used games just on the console itself. Yeah, I never had a problem like that before. SanDisk has a smaller one. Samsung also has a 256. Another company has a 1 gigabyte, but it's $200. Oh god. I guess that makes sense because 256 is like maybe $60 or so. I'll have to look at that later. I ain't gonna worry about that right now. I have enough things to worry about. But yeah, I think I'll probably go until like maybe the 2-hour mark. I don't want to go too long today. I have other stuff to work on. Thursday will be the next, well, that'll be our group meetup together to do more Twitch 2 discussions. So I don't know if I'm going to be streaming at that point, or I'll be directing you guys to watch another stream. Probably on Alex's channel. We'll see. But yeah, I need to get back to playing with more friends again. I'm sad. I haven't been able to play with more people. I miss them. It's lonely out here. When I stop streaming, it's back to like doing the worst stuff and applying places, and that's not fun. I feel like I should do another design stream at some point. I haven't really done anything else like that since I designed the Switch 2 logo and their animation. Boy. Every time I'm streaming, I get messages on Discord. People talking to me. Oh no, that was just Becca. You're fine, Becca. Yeah, it's just about they recited on Nintendo Today. No, it's fine. Usually it's from partners and they're saying like, can you make this for me? And I'm like, oh my god, I'm streaming. It's fine. Oh, I see. Just checking what they say. I blank out sometimes. So I guess while you're here, what did you play a little bit of everything? Did you play Mario Kart? I assume they funneled everyone to play Mario Kart at least. Mario Kart, I bet. Metroid Prime. Donkey Kong. Did you try Dragon Drive as well? it was, you know, it was nice too because last week in particular, the family was out. They weren't here at all. They were in Disney World, which is, I guess, a different situation altogether because I had to just, you know, they were just across the country enjoying Disney World. I was here recording on the Switch too. We know that worked out because usually I'm locked up in here. I don't really go outside very often because I feel like I don't really leave this room very often. But it's weird when they see me. But then it was nice because I got to just, you know, react to my full expression. I didn't have to like conceal my voice or anything, even though my microphone, I think my microphone on Discord likes to just mute me if I get too loud, which sucks because you couldn't hear me in the reaction. But yeah, I got to just do work. I would walk outside, take a break in the open air when it gets too hot and stuffy in here with all the equipment on. Go back here again, report on stuff. It was a fun time. I value the time to myself, as sad as that may seem. CMM, hello, welcome. How's it going? We are just chilling out here talking about Switch 2 stuff. Probably gonna wrap up in just a little bit from now. I can't believe I already talked for like an hour and 45 minutes. What the heck? I could play Mario Kart, Donkey Kong, Kirby, Mario Jamboree, and Cyberpunk. It'll play Dragon Drive and Hades 2. How long were you allowed to be there? How long was the event? I forgot to like keep track of how long those were. Saw you were on, just want to pop in for a sec. Very excited about Mob's work from Nitro. I saw that too. I'm excited to see what that's about too. Yeah, I've like in other news, I've kind of lost track of everything outside of my usual circle, like new game announcements and all that. If it's not around the Switch 2, I've kind of lost track entirely. We've done so many videos, update videos, impressions and whatnots. We've been trying to get things out there as fast as possible. But now I see news topics of stuff I missed in like the last few days. I'm like, oh, that's a new thing that's been shown or announced. Yeah, everyone, I think even with Steve and Brandon, like the first thing they had everybody do is play Mario Kart first. And after that, you can just do whatever you wanted for, I think for them, it was like 5 or 6 hours just doing whatever. It's been a long time there. Which is unfortunate for me because I don't get to hang out with them. And I think they had a good time when they were there playing the games anyways. Apparently uploading all the video and content was another hassle, especially when you've got bad internet in a hotel and you've got like hours of footage to go through and upload. But we made it work. Do we have any idea how the LAN setup works? I guess you're up to 4 players on one screen. Do we know how many systems? For Mario Kart, I should say. Oh, so like for like game chat? I think, yeah, I think with game chat, for example, you're always connected with each other. So it's like, well, what's the best way to describe this? They have like a, whatchamacallit, game chat should be able to function that way, I think. If you want to do that kind of game share, like 4 people on one system, it's kind of like the Wii U, right? The your system, the host system, is like the console, Wii U itself, and then it streams that visual to 3 other people, like the gamepad would receive it from the console. So there's like no lag or anything, especially if you're local. But yeah, I think that way, they all have your own screen. In that sense, as far as what I think I saw on their demonstrations and also on the Treehouse. But yeah, there's like a lot about that we're still figuring out even now because we don't have our hands on the system quite yet. But I think that's what it's going to be like. Like we all get our own visual. Now that the console was like strong enough to do that sort of thing. Oh, you talked to the Cyberpunk devs. And an hour and a half free play. I get okay, so I guess it wasn't as long as I thought. Because I think I gotta shuffle through more people. Yeah, our guys had a lot of people in that group, and also more people coming in afterwards. They usually put you through groups. Same way for me when I was there with others. Oh, I see. Yeah, Sumo's saying one player per system. Yeah, that was my long roundabout way of saying there's one person per system for that game share. I keep wanting to call it download play because that's what it is. It's essentially your DS download play. Oh gosh. I'm gonna need to eat something soon. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was gonna play something or not. Golden Sun, I still want to do it. I got burned out a little bit last time. We were on the boat for like over half an hour, 45 minutes, running around dialogue that didn't do anything. That was something. First time chat from Olivian saying Clubhouse games in 4K is gonna go hard, not gonna lie. People, you gotta make sure y'all don't sleep on Clubhouse 51 games. But it would be nice if they added some more games. Clubhouse 52 games, win. Yeah, that's one I can always go back to with some friends or even with family, which is pretty rare. I don't get to play too many games with my family themselves. Clubhouse stream win. I need to get more people on board. I gotta get my crew together. But then they're all like, oh, why don't we just play Mario Kart? Why don't we just play Mario Party? Like, what about Clubhouse? They actually had 24 human players per knockout toward down. Oh, that's crazy. That's another thing. Like, the tracks are so large, you have 24 characters available. As Nbun's saying, they should add 18 more games, precisely 18 more games, so that we can have Clubhouse 69. Like I said, I got 5th place and looked up and was like, where did everyone go? I guess when you've lost, you just kind of move on to the next thing. Still 5th place, pretty good for 24 actual people to play with. Who did you play as? I'm excited to play as the Cataquack. John's gonna be a cow main for sure. You could hear it in his voice when cow was revealed, and that's when I knew they were meant for each other. Daisy. Very nice. And everyone's so well animated in that game too. Like everything from being on the cart themselves, the character select screen. I noticed Mario was doing his shuffle from Mario Odyssey. He was doing that same dance that he does when he's like hanging around people that are playing music. I appreciated that. Jaden Buck calling dibs on the dolphin. CMM saying Daisy's my girl. Olivian saying gotta go Pianta. That's true. Is this the first time Pianta's gonna be a playable character since Super Mario Super Sluggers? The baseball game. The one for GameCube. That's crazy. Maybe Noki's in there too somewhere. Hoping there's more we haven't seen. Really want a Womp or a Chain Chomp. Sidestepper, Crab is great. Yeah, the Crab. The characters we were noticing during that initial trailer was just blowing our minds. It's crazy. CM also wants Kamek back because it was so stoked he finally made it to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That does hurt. knowing that we have some characters in 8 Deluxe, but we barely got to enjoy them compared to the lifespan of the other characters because of how short the end of the expansion pass is to Tour or to World. Imagine if they actually knocked people out and dragged them to free play session at the event. Fire Nation is saying, if World has DLC, would that mean more overworlds? Could we get Woohoo Island? See, listen, what they're gonna do, they're gonna add more, right? Of course they're going to add more. They're gonna add different, like, entire world sections to visit. And for as much as I don't really like the game itself, they're gonna add Delfino Plaza. You can start in Delfino Plaza, you can drive to Rico Harbor, you can drive to Noki Bay. You can just roam freely around Isle Delfino. That's why Piazza is playable. It's just hyping you up. But since it's DLC, it's like off the map. So you just kind of, that's its own separated thing. CM wants the Koopa Kids back? Listen, I was excited when I realized, oh, there's no Koopa Kids here. The only Koopa Kid I will accept is Bowser Jr. I'm tired of the other Koopa Kids. They've had enough time. They don't need to fill this roster out. And I think what they feared is that all these all 7 Koopa Kids need to have like what, 7 or 8 outfits. They probably thought I'm not gonna do that. Give them all to Junior instead. Frog Nation is also a GameCube baby. Ah yes, my people. The Penguin is really good too. John called the Penguin in the past. That was great. Did I call anyone? Not really. I didn't expect to. Cappy's not a character though. That's unfortunate. See, you say Penguin was a no-brainer, but then for some reason Kamek isn't there again. King Bob-omb was in the movie, but he was like, well, he's not yet. You gotta wait for that. Yeah, Kamek's the item, which I get. Does anyone understand the Kamek item? Like, I know you turn into like a Goomba or a Pokey. Does that mean like, do you lose control for a moment? Because I noticed you turn into characters that don't have arms. And I'm wondering if that's like a thing. Full roster isn't out yet. Yeah. Maybe your stats go down. Your weight temporary. Ooh, I didn't read that wrong. Stats go down temporarily if they have. Yeah, they do have stats. If you look at when you're selecting a cart, you do see the stats on them individually, and I'm assuming individual characters also have stats, like the heavyweights, the lightweights, the middleweights. Maybe maybe it lowers a lot of your stats, so you're like really slow, but really easy to like knock around. Maybe something like that. Yeah, the Kamek item could do different things too. Like Emban is saying, can spawn enemies in front of a player. Kamek changes you into an enemy racer, which also unlocks that racer. That's how you unlock them? It also shifts your weight depending on who you turn into. You can unlock characters by just turning into them from the Kamek item? The heck? The character unlock method is going to be crazy. Man, I want to play that game. Yeah, I figured the fast food is how we get costumes too. They said more of the event that there were. They said more of the event there are a lot of unlockables. I have to wonder if this is Mario Kart World. Are we gonna get like? Are we still gonna get Nintendo guest characters? It doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't have to be a bunch, but will some of them appear? I wonder. At the very least, the same from beforehand. You get some villagers with more costumes. That's like made for it already. You got villagers in all their different costumes, just like winter, summer, other silly ones, Halloween. Gotta wait for Mario Kart Cross Worlds for that. The one that I'm hoping for, it's a weird, it's out there, but not outside the realm of possibility. We're gonna get rid of Link from Breath of the Wild, but then we're gonna add Link from the Wind Waker. So I think that version of Link is so much more animated and it fits this world a lot better. He's so expressive. His cart will be modeled after the Spirit Train. The boat will be modeled, of course, after the King of Red Lions when he's on water. And when he flies, I don't know. It'll spread wings like Rock's feather or something. They do have some returning courses, but they've integrated it into a world where some have a lot of changes. I almost recorded a comparison for the Ice Cream Sundae course. Sunday that one. I almost recorded that, and it looks so different. Like, it's the same structure, it's the same path, but there's like more railings, there's more levels up and down. It varies a lot more. It's crazy. It looks really cool. And it was also one lap, because it was the end of or maybe not the end, but it was towards the end of another race, a circuit. Yeah, the Mario circuit. It's the SNES Mario circuit. 1, 2, and 3, each lap being a different circuit. Oh, that's so cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what else we're gonna see from just that in particular. I'm dying to know. But you're gonna love I feel like I'm gonna love it for sure. I'm a big Mario Kart person. I have been for a very long time. I still need to show my sisters that trailer, the original, the initial direct trailer. They've been gone so long, so much I haven't got a chance to sit down with them. Similar track for Koopa Beach. Oh, that one speaks to me. I've had that in my brain for a long time. My dad and I would always play Mario Kart 64. Like, for a while, it was like for once a week, just doing 2 cups. The Mushroom Cup, the Star Cup. And yeah, those tracks in the Mushroom Cup stay with me. Koopa Troopa Beach being one of them for sure. My friend asked me today if Rainbow Road was going to have a daytime variant. Yeah, what are they going to do with Rainbow Road with this? We definitely haven't seen it yet, but like, what's it going to be? They're going to model it after the Mario Brothers movie. That'd be crazy. Oh, the Wario Shipyard. Oh, that's right. Yeah, well, some of these are very different. Like, some of these you can't really do the same way, because before you could drive underwater, but now you're surfing on top of it. Doing some wave racing now. MK8 Wii U Deluxe, or Wii U Direct was 36 minutes long, says Shadownade. How long do you think the Mario Kart World Direct would be? Mario Kart World. Even like the Super Mario Brothers Wonder Direct for it was like 16, 17 minutes long. I don't think it's going to be any longer than 20 minutes. I don't think it's going to be that long. Because they just showed off so much already that we know about. This has to be like a new mode, like an adventure mode, a campaign. I'm thinking Diddy Kong Racing, everybody. The way that you can just roam anywhere. Rainbow Road will connect to a second layer of Mario Kart World's open world in that is in space. Oh my gosh. We're going to space, everybody. There's so much they can do. Mario Kart Galaxy. Yeah, there has to be a Rainbow Road somewhere. We're not gonna go Mario Kart without Rainbow Road. That's a classic. I'm just wondering how they're gonna do it, because there's obviously, as you see here, there's no room for space, and they always take place in space. So maybe they either change the locale entirely to have it somewhere that can be day and night, or there's just a completely separate part of the map that you don't see yet that expands further, and there's just a bunch of space-themed tracks up there, you know? That's what the DK spaceport leads to. That's your launching point. I see now. Man, there's so many possibilities now. But I always love going through all those possibilities with y'all. I think of ideas I haven't thought of beforehand. What if the next Mario Kart is Mario Kart Galaxy? I almost made a mock-up logo that said Mario Kart World Tour. I should have just kept it as Mario. It also never really got anywhere, so now I can't prove that I had the foresight. Regarding other series in Mario Kart World, I think they could get away with warp pipes placed around the map that leads to self-contained tracks, like Hyrule, Animal Crossing, etc. Yeah. That'd be really cool. I think there's definitely room to do that. I mean, we've already experimented with Nintendo characters here already. Now, it depends if they need more characters for this game or if they are fine as they are, but adding more and more, we're gonna do the everybody is here for Mario Kart. That's crazy to me. I'm gonna finish this off, and then we're at after 2 hours. I might send y'all somewhere soon. Imagine Hyrule Island driving through the different games. Oh my goodness. There could be a Wind Waker one where you're just mostly sailing, you know? But the water graphics, they're exactly the same as the original. That'd be wild. There's so much to speculate. Like, we've got so many answers, but I feel like I have no shortage of questions. They've taught me, they've told me things, and I want to know more. I want to know so much more. But yeah, I think we're going to be getting a lot more of these hypotheticals in 2 days from now when I'm with my friends. So on Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific, which I believe is 5 Central. Checking the group chat real quick. Yeah, 5 p.m. Central. We'll be doing a nice little discussion with some friends. Six Eastern. Thank you. I always get my time zones mixed up, especially around whenever we flip the clock back again. But yeah, we'll be here. I guess, I don't know if I'm going to be streaming as well, but I'll at least link you all if we are doing that. At the very least, I can like have my audience shared with Alex, and we'll see. Is Alex streaming right now? Oh, I haven't I also haven't raided Fushi in a long while. They're playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Oh my god! I'm gonna send you that way. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining me here today. I've gotten a little sleepy, honestly. I've been rushing some stuff here and there, and my brain is starting to give out right now. I'm gonna go get some food, and then I'm gonna go back to working on this one video here. But thank you all for everyone that's followed for the first time, everyone that had a first time chat. If you just discovered us here today, thank you so much. I'm usually playing something, but I just wanted to talk about Switch 2 as well. We usually stream at this time, 4 p.m. Pacific every Tuesday and Thursday. I think Ash sometimes does this time, around this time on Fridays. But yeah, I'll try and be back on a regular schedule soon enough. We're getting busy, so it's a wild ride right now, at least all the way up until the Switch 2 comes out. Then who knows what? I gotta finish some games before that happens, because I'm gonna be streaming maybe some Wind Waker and F-Zero. We'll be so there's gonna be GameCube hours when that Switch 2 comes out, and Mario Kart, of course. But yeah, stay tuned. Please check out GVG for more videos. I always feel like I have to advertise them at the end. But otherwise, take care, everybody. I will see you very soon. Till we meet again. I forgot to put chat out. Oh, well, I guess chat's just hanging out there right now. Hold on, let me. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it there.